Have you ever wondered why some men look 40 even though they're 60? Or some men look 60 even though they are 40? Well, very little actually has to do with your genetics, and it mostly has to do with your habits. And I'm talking lifestyle habits and daily habits. And so in this video, I'm going to share the 7 secrets on how you can actually look younger than your age. And yes, I'm going to go into some of those daily habit things and lifestyle things that will absolutely change the way people perceive you, especially women, and thinking that you're younger than your actual age. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys and the women that want to understand them. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping videos every week. Woo! Let's get into this video. So, as I mentioned, some men look 40 even though they're 60, or which is usually the case, most men look older than their age, substantially older. So we're going to get into this video right now on the 7 things that you can do to look younger than your age. Starting with number 1 is to keep building muscle. No secret here, but fun fact is that the average guy at the age of 35 loses 1% of his testosterone each year. So fast forward, now he's 50, he's lost 15% of his testosterone already. So when you build muscle, it will naturally keep your testosterone levels a little higher. But most importantly, it will make you look younger because you can see it in your face, and your body shape will help also people's perception of seeing you when they know you're fit and you're active in the gym, okay? And this is a great segue into my number 2 point, and that is in staying lean. When a man has excess body fat, he ultimately looks older, especially in the face, because of the excess body fat. And the leaner you look, the younger you're going to look. And when you have a lean waistline, that you ultimately will look younger and you will look healthier and more energetic. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a 6-pack, but you will definitely start to look 5, 10, 15 plus years younger than your actual age because of being lean. And moving along is your skin, okay? And talking about your skin and looking lean and your face is that when people see your face, it's one of the first things that they see. And a lot of men, unfortunately, that what I see is they have reddish kind of skin, okay? And that reddish kind of skin is a combination of things. Sometimes it's because they've spent too much time in the sun. Sometimes it's because of too much drinking. Sometimes it's because of bad blood pressure. Sometimes it's medication. But in general, it's usually all tied back to a lifestyle thing, okay? And let's call a spade a spade. Most men that are 40 definitely look like they're 50 or 60, okay? And ultimately, the reason is because of their skin. And skincare is one of the small daily habits that helps men look better and younger with their age. If your skin looks red, dry, tired, or cracked, people will notice, even if they don't say it to you directly. And that's why I like Tiege Hanley. Tiege Hanley is a daily skincare routine made simple for men. You don't have to walk into a store and guess what cleanser you have to have, moisturizer, or exfoliator to use. They simply send you a straightforward system with the products in the order that you're supposed to use them, so it becomes an easy part of your daily routine. Now, talking about routine, you can choose the routine that you like. For me personally, I like to start off with the daily face wash. Obviously, you want to clean your face every single day, and especially in the morning. Next, I like to apply the AM moisturizer because during their day, your skin will start to get dry and you don't want to have cracked skin. Then I like to use the eye serum. Why I like to use the eye serum is because it tightens the skin around your eyes, all right, and eliminates your crow's feet, okay? So as you age, you're definitely going to get crow's feet. And women constantly say that I look 10 and even 15 years younger than my age. And Tiege Hanley also fits perfectly into doing the small things right before you leave the house for a date or an important business meeting. You wash your face, moisturize, and you use the eyes or face tightening serum. And it's not about being feminine at all. It's about looking clean, masculine, sharp, and intentional. The routine is super easy to follow. So if you want to get started with taking better care of your skin and without making it complicated, then just simply click in the link in the description or the pinned comment to get your first Tiege Hanley skincare system for 40% off plus a free gift. All right, getting back to this video. So you don't want to dress like a grandpa, all right? And this is something that will immediately make women think that you're older than your actual age. And true story, a friend of mine, and she is 65, okay, and dating. And one time she went out on a date with a guy around her age, and I saw her afterwards, and I said, how did the date go? And she said, well, I'm not feeling it. And I said, why is that? And she's like, well, because he dresses like a grandpa. And men, please, even if you're a dad, you don't have to dress like a dad, okay? If you're stylish, then women will automatically think that you're younger than your age. And at the end of the day, women love the bad boy look, okay? You can wear ripped jeans, and you might be thinking, so bachelor, what are you talking about, man? Ripped jeans? Are you kidding me? The only 20-year-olds wear those. Look, if you take a look at GQ magazine fashion pics of older guys, and you will see them with sneakers and ripped jeans, and it's stylish. You don't have to do it all the time, but I'm talking about when you go out for your first date or second date, right? You can have a bad boy look, no problem. You can rock a t-shirt, ripped jeans, and some kind of t-shirt underneath, even if it's a Star Wars t-shirt. She's going to love it. And you know, at the end of the day, if she thinks you dress too young for your age and she doesn't like it, then move along, because most women are going to love that. And take it from me, I am, at the time of publishing this video, I'm 52, and I've been on hundreds of dates over the last 4 or 5 years, all right? So next is sleep. I need lots of sleep. I don't know about you guys, like minimum 8 hours. But lots of sleep will help make you look younger as well. If you don't sleep well, or you don't get enough sleep, then you're going to start to have dark circles, puffy eyes, low energy, and ultimately you're going to have increased stress. And I can see it on men that haven't slept well that night, all right? And just a quick tip you've probably never heard from any YouTuber is to have eye drops. I use eye drops at least once a day in the morning to just keep my eyes looking fresh and not red-eyed. But especially if you haven't had a good sleep that night before, or you were out partying, whatever, your eyes are going to look bloodshot, and you will also look older than your age because of the way your eyes look. All right, moving along, stress. And instead of living in stress, you need to release that stress. And chronic stress ages men faster than almost anything else. High stress impacts your hormones, your recovery, your skin quality, your mood, and your energy. And there are so many men that look younger than their age at 50 or 60 because they have hobbies. They find ways to reduce that stress. They hang out with their friends. They have a purpose, and they have a healthy outlook on life, okay? So aging isn't just physical, it's also mental as well. And one of the things that I do to reduce stress in my life is I take literally beef brain supplements. That's right, powdered beef brain. I take that. You can find it online on Amazon. Just look for beef brain, and that helps with my mood and my energy, and it just keeps the stress levels down. I also take, I can't remember the scientific word, the long word for this. It's DIM, DIM, and basically it's an estrogen blocker, and that also helps keep my mood in check. And again, you can buy that online on Amazon. Just research in advance what's the maximum dosage per day. I can't remember off the top. I think maybe it's 5 milligrams or something like that. But those are the things that I take to help keep my mood kind of in check and lower my stress. And last but not least is to never stop moving, okay? You don't have to have one of those stepper counters that, you know, count how many steps you take every day. But if you keep moving, okay, instead of taking an Uber and it's like 3 blocks away, just walk there. Okay. I live in Atlanta and they have the transit station. And transit station's like a few blocks away. I walk on that. And then from the transit station, I walk X amount of blocks to my office if I go there. So by staying active, moving, walking, hiking, lifting weights, doing sports, traveling, right? Going to airports. Airports can be huge. There's another example of some steps in keeping active, okay? Is if you fly frequently, and I'm flying at least twice a month. And so airports definitely keep me moving and active. And basically, at the end of the day, these lifestyle things will make a huge impact on your life. And men that look younger than their age, it's a combination. Yes, genetics are part of it, but it's also their lifestyle and their habits. So, in terms of habits, don't forget about your skincare habit, okay? And click on the link in the description or pinned comment to get your first Tiege Hanley skincare system for 40% off plus a free gift. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.